So I was told not to go for Virginia. We did really well last time, and I never came, I never did anything, and we did really well. I said, why didn't I go for Virginia? But it's traditionally not a Republican state over the last number of decades. And I said, why not? You have a crazy governor. And every time I see it, every 2 weeks he's trying to take your guns away, right? And he'll attack constantly right to life. And you know, he's so far left, he doesn't even talk about late term. He talks about after the baby was born, which is the first time I ever heard of that. You hear late term, but he said, and after the baby is born, we'll start talking to mother. In other words, he's talking about execution of the baby, execution. You have a governor that thinks he's Michael Jackson. Remember, his wife saved him. Remember, he wanted to prove that he was just dressed up like Michael Jackson, and that he sometimes thought when he was young that he resembled Michael Jackson. I don't think so. And you remember he wanted to moonwalk across the stage, and his wife said, no, no, don't do it, darling. Don't, please, darling. Nobody moonwalks like Michael. That would have been good. I wish I could have seen that. That would not have been pretty. So based on your governor and based on the fact that he's always, every month you're fighting for guns. If I'm not here, your Second Amendment is gone. And I'm talking about all over the country. Forget about just Virginia. So I said, let's give Virginia a shot. We're nearby. Right? We're nearby. I even said we'll bring in the heavy artillery. We'll bring in our great Vice President, Mike Pence. Did he do a good job? I'll tell you what, Kamala is no Mike Pence. She's no Mike Pence. No, he's great. He's done a fantastic job, and he's with you all the way. So I said, let's give it a shot. And, you know, there's a big difference. I tell you what, there's never been a bigger difference between candidates or parties. Never been. No party that supports, as an example, what he would do to a child after it was born is fit to be even involved in any way in this nation, let alone running this nation. As you know, Sleepy Joe Biden endorsed your governor. So that means he endorsed the policy of your governor. That means he endorsed breaking up your Second Amendment. So it'll either be totally broken up or it will be, wiped out. Essentially, it won't be that much different. So here we are in Virginia, like I had nothing to do today. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I read some papers. I read the fake news. And then I was in Florida early in the morning, and then I went to Florida, and we did a big round table with the Hispanics. They were great. And then we flew to Atlanta from Florida, Palm Beach, and then we started off in all different places. And then we went to Miami. We started off. But I'll tell you what, Florida's great. We're going to win Florida. We're way up in Florida. Way up. Way up. Even a poll that gave me, I've never had a good number. ABC, Washington Post poll. It's a terrible poll, always been bad. I think it got everything wrong 4 years ago. They said I'm 4 up or more, but I'm 4 up in the state of Florida. So anyway, we went to Miami, went to a beautiful place actually in Miami. You know where that is, right? And we had, I won't say because then they'll say I'm advertising if I do that, the fake news. I won't say the name of the place, but it is beautiful. And then what happened is we went to Atlanta, and we left the great Hispanics. We call them the Latinos for Trump. Latinos. Where we are polling at numbers that I guess no Republican has ever polled before, perhaps Abraham Lincoln, but in those days, he wasn't big into the Hispanic movement, I think. Abraham had other things to think about, don't we think? But I will say this, nobody has done more for many communities, but I always say for the black community, nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump since Abraham Lincoln. Nobody. So we flew to Atlanta and we had an unbelievable 2 hours. And this was with the African-American community, the black community. I always say, what do you like better? Tell me what you like better. They say, usually the black community. And what is the answer? Tell me, African-American. I'm not listening. I don't want to hear from other people. I want to hear African-American. What do you like better, African-American or black community? It's black. Yeah, that's what we hear. I'll go with whatever you want. That's your choice. We can use either one. I'll go with whatever you want. We had really a great 2 hours. Credible people. Herschel Walker introduced me. Serious guy. We had a lot of champion fighters, a lot of great people. It was an amazing time. And then we flew to Washington, where we had a round table. And then I say, well, that's it for the night, right? You know, this starts at 6 in the morning. So I said, that's it for the night. Is that it? I'll go back home to the White House. No, sir. Why? What? You're going to Virginia, sir. Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. This was like, I asked the question about an hour ago. Where am I going now? Put me in, coach. You ever hear the expression? Just wind me up and put me in, coach. I said, where are we going tonight? I said, let's go back to the White House. Let's see our first lady. And they said, no, sir, you have a rally schedule. You have a rally schedule. Where is it? In Virginia. I said, oh, that's good. How many people? They said, a hell of a lot of people. That's all. Well, I wouldn't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. When you have rallies like this, you don't forget them. You don't forget them. Thank you. Go ahead. What the hell? So we're going to put a heavy play in for Virginia. Seriously, we're going to put a heavy play in Virginia. And I think we can win the state. Man, that crowd is big. Look at that. It goes way back to the hangar. That is a big crowd. That's big. You know, I always tell the cameras, I don't want to bore people with this, but I implore them, turn the cameras around and show them the size of this crowd. It goes back to the building. But they never like doing it because they don't like, including Fox, they don't like showing big crowds. You know, they don't like showing big crowds.